What about anger, sadness that comes to you that you can't identify where it's coming from? It just comes. What tips can you give to get through it? So sometimes, right, just a state come rising up out of nowhere for no reason. And you don't even know why. One thing I would tell you, and I say this in here, this is a very important line in here that I think most people won't really see. I want you to get this, okay? First, get that your mind, not life, is generating this discomfort. Realize it's a difficult thing to have a human mind. There are a myriad of variables. Not all of this is thought-based. If the barometric pressure drops too quickly, you're going to feel that. It's going to change your inner state. It's going to change the way you perceive. This body is a big beaker. It's a big chemical interaction. And pressure affects those chemical interactions. Are you hydrated enough? Your brain is 80% water. If you're dehydrated, it ain't going to work right. You've seen that on some of these survival shows that go bonkers. There's a collective consciousness somehow that you can feel sometimes a sigh in the collective consciousness of people are in a bit of a malaise. You can call people across the country, say, how are you feeling today? I don't know, I feel off, I feel weird. There's far more that we don't know and we will never understand. And so when a state come up in you, you honor it as an expression of your humanity. You know, I hope you're still here, Shari, that you allow it to be and you don't resist it. You don't grab onto it. What Rinpoche would say over and over again is you let it come and you let it go. So you don't resist it, that is aversion, and you don't grab onto it, that is attachment. You just I always like to like if you're standing in the ocean and a wave comes up to your neck and then comes right by you. You know, let it come, let it go. You're human. These things are going to arise. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It doesn't mean that your practice doesn't work. It doesn't mean spirituality doesn't work. It means you're human. But what changes, and I'm saying this over and over again lately, is your relationship to your humanness is what changes. I'm still human. I just don't care anymore. Because this thing is a mess. It's incredible. You know the Dr. Andrew Weil, the guy with the big white beard, spontaneous healing? I watched him speak one time. And he said, given the amount of things that can go wrong with the human body, it's a miracle we work at all. You know? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it is so complicated. And so subtle. And so that's why you really got to work hard to take really good care of yourself. Because you want to give your body as much a chance, your mind body, of chemically being balanced and stable as much as you can. You know, you don't want to be fighting your chemistry. It's terrible. You know, just be dehydrated for a day. Don't sleep for a day. You're bonkers. And a lot of times, like, you know, we've got to get to our meditation, and we're going to do some mantra today. I want to explain that. But, like, you look at a little kid. When a little kid is tired, just tired, how is that little kid? He's a rotten little SOB, right, Nanny? You know, they're like, you want ice cream? I don't want ice cream. Throw it on the ground, screaming, nothing makes them happy. Well, guess what? You're the same way when you're tired. You're no different than them kids. You just, you know, you just don't see it. When you're tired, you got to rest. It could just be that you're tired. How crazy is that? Now you're suffering and you're thinking all this about it and you're making this big psychological formation. You go to sleep, you wake up refreshed, and it's gone. Welcome to being human. This is what it is. And so as your relationship to being human changes, You know what I mean? You know, you just kind of watch those things and just kind of laugh at them. That's just how this thing works. This thing that I, the self, am aware of. I am aware of all outside me and aware of all inside.